In a second, I'm going to play a video, me in the studio, but sadly, the phone keeps breaking up after 10 minutes or 7 minutes. So I made a video from a studio, and then the phone stopped recording after 7 minutes. But in that video, I actually mentioned that with all the Christian youth camp, etc., what I found, going off into praise and worship, drifting off into spirit, etc. What I find interesting is how the Christian youth today are pro LGBTQ, they're pro wokeism, and they're anti Christian. So what are they doing? Praising and floating off in the spirit. What spirit? More Christian youth today are leaving the churches because they want to leave traditional Christianity. They want to promote an inclusive Christianity and begin to realize what are they in touch with. Okay, that was how my video was supposed to finish, but the phone was condensed for some unknown reason. So I must look it up how to extend the recording. But these youth camps and they're going off into dancing in the rain like pagans, yet they come out more antichrist than being pro-Christ. Anyway, here's the video that I was supposed to have made earlier on. Hello, and in this video, I want to cover how the deception of musicians bringing New Age Christianity into the churches. I teach singing lessons, and one thing I've noticed, one of my students was singing an Hillsong music, and I was shocked. Not once did it mention, not once did the song mention Jesus Christ. Not even that name, not once. Yet it's supposed to be a Christian song. I begin to realize I've got a sore throat, so please do bear with me. I've been ill for the last couple of weeks, so I'm trying to get back on track. Okay? Not once did he mention it. Now, if you look at Islam, Hinduism, Sikhism, they do not compromise with their music. Only Christians, see fit to dumb down the Christian message, to dumb down the importance of Christian music during worship. You don't get that anywhere in any other religion, not in Islam, not in Sikhism, not in Hinduism, not in Buddhism. They stay focused to, the musical theme that wraps up their theology. Only Christianity shies away from the centerpiece. Now, let me give you an example, okay, of how they get round it. Because of copyright issues, I'm going to have to change the chords around. I want to see you. I want to see you. I want to praise you. I want to praise you. Oh my God. Oh my God. I want to get higher. I want to get higher. I really want to see you. Hare Krishna. Hare Rama. Now, notice towards the end, I put Hare Krishna for the shock. Before, you thought it was a Christian song. But if I didn't put Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, you wouldn't have known. You would have been there going dizzy, passing out. It's only when I put Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, that suddenly began to realize this is some deep occultism. This is some new age music. This is some Hinduism. But if I'd not mentioned Hare Krishna at all, you wouldn't you wouldn't have picked up on it. Okay? But I thought, let's put that shock tactic in to show you the source as to where this praise and worship is coming from. A lot of Christian churches have indulged in Hillsong, and some of the songs you listen to today in churches, you would think it was love songs. You would think it was love songs. You know, they're inappropriate and certainly does not show any respect for the Messiah. It doesn't show any respect, one that should be revered and worshipped. Instead, he shares the same platform as the New Age music. Anybody can come in, anybody, and think, oh, you're celebrating my God. Oh, you're celebrating my pagan deity. The comparison, unlike the traditional. Made a mistake. Okay. But unlike the traditional, okay, where abide with me, fast for eventide. These are traditionals, okay, which are the bedrock of the Christian church, okay, or sweet of prayer. Oh, my microphone's playing up. Okay, these are traditional Christian hymns which has been kicked out. Okay, and instead, what's popular in the churches are New Ageism, Hillsong. If you look at Hillsong with their scandal now, a lot of Hillsong, the founder of Hillsong, who was best friends with Oprah Winfrey, is now coming out and saying, well, he's LGBTQ friendly, he's New Age friendly. But if you listen to his music, he wouldn't have to tell you that. You can tell by his music. You can tell the theology that they're pushing forward, the New Age philosophy, the New Age theology. Microphone full on, yeah. You can tell what he's advocating. But because people like feel good music, people like to, float off. They don't care who makes them float. They don't care. They just like to float. And as a result, as long as you feel good, you don't care what source you're in touch with, as long as you feel good, as long as you get chemicals in your brain. Well, having these chemicals in your brain sooner or later will move you away from the center of the Christian faith. And you'll start to take on board spiritualism. You start to take on board, all these kind of strange teachings because you're moving away from the central focal point. And a lot of these musicians that come into the church, right, they have an agenda. They not only to be self-worshipped, but a lot of them have an agenda. They don't believe in Christ, but to spread. Then if you look at the youths today, who